Welcome back to video number 2 for the brand new Brave and Beautiful event that's released in Empires and Puzzles. We just did the Beast video. This one we're going to get into our next new character in Rose de Flo. Very cool art. I kind of like this. She looks like a rose, and literally she's wilting some petals, but yeah, very neat. Got vines going, all that fun stuff. So first things first, let's get into it. We have a druid class, so she will create some little defensive thorn minions, help keep her alive. A reminder of what this family bonus does, because not everyone watches all of my videos. It is going to say that heroes of this family gain humility to cast a strong version of their special skill. Different heroes have different humility requirements. When the hero casts the strong version of their special skill, only the required amount of humility is consumed. Maximum humility is 100. Then there will also be a bonus for 1, 2, or 3 heroes, and it is going to say that heroes gain 15, 17, or 20 humility when receiving direct damage from special skills, and the heroes also gain 20, 22, or 25 humility when receiving direct healing from special skills. All right, so that's how you stack your humility. You either get direct heals or you get direct damage from special skills, but they all require a special skill interaction. All right, down here in the passives department, let's get into it. First one up is going to be Revival Health Reduction. All right, all enemies have negative 50% health when revived. Boss enemies are not affected. So this is the new anti-res passive that they've created. Previous to this, of course, Bards did have an anti-res passive that had fallen off a bit because they made a bunch of resurrectors that wouldn't be affected by it. This time, the new approach is to, instead of stopping the resurrect, we're just going to make them resurrect at 50% of the health they would have, which will make them much easier to kill again. It's a viable approach. It really is. It's an interesting way to go, and I think it will be helpful against teams that like to stack resurrect. Now, they also have, whoops, that's the same one, heal when status ailment expires or is cleansed. So whenever a status ailment falls off of this character in any way, whether it's cleansed, reallocated, removed, expires, you name it, they are going to receive 10% health. So that's a nice way to get a little extra health in there, just from natural things occurring, whether it's, debuffs expiring or casting cleanses, etc. Now, down here, the last one is going to be Beautiful Inside, and this one's the doozy, right? Whenever this character would take damage from a status ailment, they will recover that much health instead. So, I still think this is a little crazy every time I read it. So instead of things actually hurting them, lots of status ailments out there, right? It's going to flip the script and turn those into heal over times instead, which is bonkers, right? Think of things like the Glacial Core from Untold 2 that's doing like sometimes 600-700 damage a turn in damage. This is flipping that script and saying, hey, you know what? Now you're giving me 600-700 health a turn in healing, and that's only from one dot effect, right? If there's multiple on her, then she's going to be healing even more. It's going to make things very difficult to kill when you are using status ailments against these types of characters. It's very interesting. Okay, then we also have Fiend Resist as an Aether power. This is helpful recently due to the Valiant Vegetables out there, so she'll be pretty good against Valiant Vegetables, since she can't receive Fiends for the first 6 turns. Then down here in our specials department, we get Beautiful Petals. This will be operating at very fast speed. Now remember, there are 2 versions of this special, one that's going to be stronger, and they always start with the stronger version first. So this one says, if the caster has 60 or more humility, it recovers 30% health for all allies, cleanses status ailments from all allies regenerate 1440 health over 3 turns, the caster gets plus 74% defense against special skills for 3 turns. Okay, so that's very strong. At very fast to recover 30% health for everyone, cleansing everyone of all their status ailments, and then giving all allies 1440 boosted health over 3 turns. Just to give you an idea, that's going to be just shy of 500 boosted health each turn. The caster gets plus 74 defense to make her more survivable, and remember, she's more survivable, but also when she takes that special skill damage, she will be gaining more humility so that she can hopefully cast this stronger heal more often. Now, otherwise, it says she is going to recover 20% health for all allies, cleanse 1 status ailment from all allies, and all allies regenerate 900 HP over 3 turns, which is, of course, 300 a turn. This is more in line with what I would expect for a very fast healer. That's still pretty good special for very fast. The other special is pretty ridiculous for very fast, but does require 60 humility. Now, since she is operating at very fast, I also think it's going to be much harder to expect to gain 60 humility before you cast your special. So I'd say she's probably only casting her stronger heal at most 50% of the time, maybe more like 35 or 40% of the time you're actually going to get her off. Or you can wait, you can hold her special, right? You can power her up, wait till she has the 60 humility, and then cast it. So that's an option too, but oftentimes I tend to keep my healing flowing, so I don't usually enjoy letting it sit there and wait, but regardless. So let's go ahead and give her that rating out of 10. I'm going to say she's a 9 out of 10. I think it's going to be because of how hard she is to kill. This character is going to receive a lot of passive healing from the fact that she is getting healing from status ailments rather than damage. She also is going to be cleansing herself, which will then trigger the effect of the status ailments expiring, which will give her 10% health each time she cleanses off effects, etc. So, like, just in general, the way that she's built, 9 out of 10 for this character. She's great. I hope everyone has a chance to get her. And yeah, congrats if you do, because she's going to be a monster to handle. So let's go ahead and move on to the last video. Thanks for joining me. Of course, at the bottom right, there's a little button. You can click that. That's the subscribe thing if you want to find me easier next time. And I will move on to video number 3. Thanks so much, everyone.